those arms work. Snap, snap, snap. Pop, pop. Keep it working. Speed. How can we get faster? How can we get quicker? I maybe cannot make you faster, but I can make you quicker. Exactly what does speed compensate for? Compensates for a lot of mistakes. Compensates for power that you might not have. It helps you get out of the way in case you might get in a little bit of trouble. Speed is very simply the time it takes you to get from point A to point B. That's how they judge speed. Quickness is also part of that speed. I like to use quickness more than I like to use speed because I would rather be quick than fast. Quick is the fast, simple movement in an initial reaction. That's where we're going to come from our speed because that's where we're going to throw our punches from. That's where we're going to throw our kicks from. We're not going to run from point A to point B and be fast. We're going to be quick with our punches. We're going to be quick with our kicks. How do you become fast? What makes a muscle fast? Your muscle consists of a certain amount of fast twitch muscle fibers, short muscle fibers. The muscle also consists of a certain amount of slow twitch muscle fibers, the longer muscle fibers. Depending on how many fast twitch muscle fibers you have, depending on how many slow twitch muscle fibers you have, depends on the speed of the contraction of that muscle. If I have a lot of slow twitch muscle fibers in my bicep, it's going to be a much slower coming up than if I have the fast twitch muscle fibers. Also, in every movement that you have an agonistic muscle group doing the work and an antagonistic muscle group that fights or works against that group. Very simple analogy there is the bicep. Okay, now here's my bicep. The bicep does the work, but the tricep works against that because it's had an equal and opposite reaction coming back down. If the tricep for some reason stays contracted, is tense, is tight, then it takes the bicep much more energy to pull that thing up. Consequently, if the tricep is tighter, it's easier to come down because the bicep will relax. So what I want you to think about is how to somehow get our fast twitch muscle fibers to be quick, to get the slow twitch muscle fibers to react a little bit quicker. So we have this fast twitch muscle fibers, the slow twitch muscle fibers working with the working muscle group, and then also trying to get the antagonistic muscle to relax. A nice relaxed movement. Physiologically speaking, a relaxed muscle is a quicker muscle because the muscle is relaxed to start with. Once the muscle fibers contract, they become much quicker than having to be tense and then have to tighten up that much further. So what I would like for you to think about is during the course of this entire training session that we're going to do to help enhance your speed, to help your quickness, is try to keep those muscles that we're working, try to keep them very relaxed. Almost like they're just flopping down, almost like they're relaxing. Because when we start working the hand movements, we start working the back fist or the left hook, my two favorite techniques, I want you to think of not being strong, not being tense and tight. Because now if this muscle has to work, I have to relax it, then work the movement. But just stay relaxed the entire time. Keep your hand not in a fist, but nice relaxed. Think of your elbow joint as being your wrist. Very simply like this. So when you're throwing a jab, it's out and back, out and back, out and back, as opposed to because now you're fighting against yourself. You're trying to be strong, you're trying to force it out there, and you have to try to force it back. But if you relax the muscles, it's just out, just out, just out, and then back. Same thing with the kicking techniques. Try to think of your knee as being your wrist. from here. So when I bring my leg up to kick, it's just out and back. Just out and back. Out and back. So it's a natural movement. Not trying to force anything, not trying to and then back, but just beep. Many times I was asked in my fighting career is how I developed the power that I had. I never developed power. I never tried to be a strong fighter. What I tried to use was my speed, because I had a natural speed, because evidently I'm relaxed very naturally. So my speed of my muscles is as a naturally endowment, you might say. In speed, you develop a certain amount of power because of the speed of the movement, the mass of the movement moving within that speed. But not necessarily in power do you have speed. What good would it do for me to punch you if it took forever to get there, even if I could break 1,000 bricks with this thing? You have seconds to get out of the way. What good is the power if I can't make contact with it? Or I can throw this kick. If you watch competition, full contact, or kickboxing competition, or Muay Thai competition, watch how hard they throw those kicks. What good is it to throw those kicks hard if, number one, your opponent defends against it and blocks it, or two, even worse, he gets out of the way? So speed and power work together. But speed, I feel, is more important simply because it develops a power within that movement. I do seminars all over the world. One of the main questions that students ask me is, how can I get faster? How can I make myself faster? Well, there's many, many ways to make yourself quicker, to make yourself easier in the movement aspect. I can't make you faster. If you don't have the fast twitch muscle fibers, if you don't have the movement to make yourself quicker, there's no way anybody can make you fast. We can make you quicker. We can make it a lot easier for you to throw those techniques, which for you will seem quicker and also will seem quicker to your opponents because there's not that much movement involved. So it's not like you have to force the technique there. There's not like you have to push it or do everything to try to get the technique there. It just happens. So I want to show you a couple little exercises as far as the hands go and as far as the feet go to help you, to help endeavor, or whatever it is, to help those kicks, to help those punches be a little bit quicker. Not faster and definitely not stronger, but quicker. During my career in competition, my two-hand techniques consisted primarily of a jab or a back fist and a left hook. The jab or the back fist was very naturally for me to throw. The left hook, again, was a natural technique for me to throw, simply because my fighting position, because of my knee being damaged, had to be from the side so I could protect that knee. Now, when I take a boxing stance in this position, what's the first thing that has to move? When I throw this jab at you, my partner right now, what's the first thing that has to move? I've got to push that thing out there. I've got to push here with the shoulder. Well, if you see that move, it's easier for you to react to the jab from here. Very seldom from here. What happens? Boom, boom, from here. It comes straight out, comes straight back. Also, we have to be able to hide some of these techniques. You're seeing the fist come all the way. So if I start to come here, you can react to that. What I would like for you to think about is be a little bit sneaky. But also, notice a relaxed muscle is a quicker muscle, right? From this position, if I'm standing here very long, what happens to my arms? They start to get a little tired because they're contracted. Watch a boxing match with the guy that's got his hands up this whole time. About the third round, what do you see him do? And about the fifth round, that's because those arms are starting to get tired. The lactic acid is building up in those muscles. The muscles are becoming tense. They're becoming tired. They're becoming slower. Why not just come out here from this position here? Now, again, this is a little bit different, but as you work with it, maybe you can modify these techniques, modify these movements to suit yourself. I've worked with a lot of boxers. The first thing when I stand at you this way, they're going to say, well, you're easy to hit with a right hand. Throw it. Because very simply, when I defend against the right hand, it's what happens. The right hand has to move first. I see that, so I can just very simply turn my shoulder. But rather than worrying about that right now, I just want you to think about the speed aspect of it. From this position, watch my hand. All I'm going to do now is to bring the elbow up, but you notice the hand came up first also. From here, I just work a circular movement, up, out, back, and down. Now watch from the side. Up, out, back, and down. Up, out, back, and down. Now you notice there's no shoulder movement. Nothing like that. No pushing. It's just boop, from here, boop, from here, boop. The movement starts when I do this. But it's also what happens is, as I come closer to you, now watch. As I throw this, you tell me when you see movement. See, now if I do this, you'll see that. But this comes up first. Boom, from here. Boom, from there. So what happens is, I want you to think about how to not give that initial movement away, but just boom, and snapping it out. Okay, now again, we're in the same position from here. Now, don't be tense. Keep your hand open. Keep your hand open. Now watch, with me now. Just bring your elbow up, out, back, and down. It's like your mother that's going to backhand you after you've been trying to eat the cookies. She's sitting here, you're standing right here, let's say. Your mother's making the cookies, and you want to reach in and have some of the cookie dough. She doesn't go, stop that. She just goes, beep. The funny thing about that is, you didn't even see it. You're going here, and she goes, beep. She doesn't care where you are because it's not strong, but it's just beep, beep. Because you don't see the elbow move, you don't see the hand or the shoulder move. It's just beep. But what happens? If you're really going to hit somebody, you go, well, by that time, your opponent's gone. So think about this. Watch my face, watch the shoulder, watch the elbow, watch the hand. The upper body shouldn't move at all. Just up, out, back, and down. Up, out, back, and down. Not a tight fist, but just up. See where it is? Just nice and relaxed. Up, out, back, and down. Then from here, boom, boom, boom. Just very simply, out and back. Not strong, but just boop. The beeps, listen to me now, the beeps add up to the thumps. The way I threw the natural hook, again, I'm sideways. If I stand this way and I throw a hook at you, no matter who throws it, you have to come out here. I have to pivot, I have to bring the hand up, I have to bring the elbow up to this position. You're going to see it. Plus also, my muscles come into use. My muscles are strong. My shoulder, the deltoid muscle is tight. The bicep is tight. The tricep coming down here is fairly tense. Then I just pull it across. You're going to see that. Plus also, it's making me tense. It's making me get fatigued. Why not? From this position, again, now remember how I brought the elbow up for the back fist this way, out and back? But see, you're right there. So right now, I'm going to do is go here. Look at the difference. See, from here, I bring the elbow up the exact opposite now. Rather than here, here. Just bring it straight up. Bam, to here. Now all I do is turn. How much work is that? Theoretically, the correct boxing hook is standing in this position, coming up on the ball of your front foot, not all together, but it will happen this way. You come up, bring up, bam, down. The shoulder and the hips do the work. The arm basically doesn't do any work. It's not that. It's not this kind of a punch. It's just beep and down, beep and down, beep and down. There's power in that movement because what I'm achieving now is torque. It's torque. But I can't fight this way because I like to kick. And I want to be sideways because I have to protect this knee. So just watch. I turn sideways. Now I can't do this because look at my ribs that are open. But I can do this when I decide to throw the hook, bam. Now what's the difference between this and this way as this way? Boom, boom. See, from here. So from here now it's just boom. There's the movement. Out and back. Out and back. You notice it comes out and then back. I don't go, but it's just boom and back. Boom and back. Elbow up, out, and back. Boom and back. Think about being quick, not covering a lot of distance, but movement, wham, and back, wham, and back. To where you're striking a surface, boom, and back, boom, and back. That will enhance your speed. Also, the movement coming back. Don't try to go through it. Try to use a concussive type of force, out and back. People used to say to me, Bill, you were so fast. In my fighting days, I was called Fast Billy, Howdy Doody, Superfoot, all kinds of things. I didn't really think I was fast, but I knew I was quick enough that I could make you react. I knew that I was quick enough that where if you did attack me, I was quick enough to get out of the way. I knew that I had the movement because I had the control in my movement to redirect, to change things. What I would like for you to think is not the blinding speed, because blinding speed sometimes gets you in trouble. Because once you commit, you're committed. But to be not just fast, but being quick also. So when you're throwing the back fist, boom, you can throw the back fist, boom. Now you can change it into the hook. Boom, 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 boom. So you're here, jabbing here, and then the hook. Now, if you notice when I'm jabbing, or when I'm throwing the back fist, my back fist is basically a jab. My jab is basically a back fist. Because I'm sideways, it's very difficult for me to throw this thing straight out. So I have to make it come around. I make it come around. Out and back, out and back. But out, when it comes back, look where it is. Then I can come back for the out, and then the hook. But it's all in the twisting. You notice, I have to be relaxed. I'm talking to you as I'm throwing the technique. I can't go, let me rest for a minute. You know, not that, but it's just like very simply. So it's just movement that's involved. Nice and relaxed. The muscles that aren't working are relaxed. Remember, a relaxed muscle is a quicker muscle. Okay, Steve is going to help me out on this particular aspect. I want to show you something. Psychologically speaking, before when I was throwing the jab and the left hook, there was nothing out there to hit. So I had to snap it back. I had to snap it back. Bam, bam. I had to snap it back because there's nothing to hit. I can't go boom, boom, boom here because that looks very bad and it feels very bad. But now, Steve is going to hold his pad. I'm going to throw a jab at it. Now I want you to listen. Which sounds the best? Or, see, it's a snap. Boom. I'm not trying to hit it hard. I'm just trying to touch and to be quick. Just trying to be quick. Just trying to be quick. Up, out, and back. Now the difference comes when he turns it sideways to this position. Now, I have a pad here to hit. Maybe there's a beautiful girl around watching. Or, if you're a girl, maybe there's some scrumptious guy around. Now, rather than go, doesn't sound very good, does it? Doesn't sound very good. But if I do this, wow, did you see that bend? But look where I end up. You don't need the pad, not to train for speed. You don't need the pad. You don't need anything except some space. And always remember, when you jab, it comes back. When you hook, it comes back. Also, when you throw the right, it comes back. All the punches, whether you're a boxer, whether you're a kickboxer, whether you're a traditional karate, or whether you're an eclectic type of system, all techniques start out and come back the same way. Let's do an exercise together, you and I together. Very simply, stand there. Don't worry about your right hand right now, or if you're right-handed, don't worry about your left hand. Use your best hand. I'm left-handed, so I'm going to use my left hand. First of all, from the side, all I'm going to do now is stand here slowly with the hand open, bring the elbow up, out, and back, and down. It's almost like we said earlier, your mother's backhand strike. It's just out and back, out and back. Now, what you have to watch out, don't hyperextend. Don't put any strain on that elbow joint. You can hyperextend it. You get what is called tennis elbow or some hyperextension in here with its very arthritic condition. So don't put any strain on that elbow. It's just out and back, out and back, out and back. So it's, with me, we're going to do 10 of them. Elbow up, out, back, and down. Up, out, back, and 2. Up, out, back, and 3. Up, out, back, and 4. Up, out, back, and 5. Up, out, back, and 6. Up, out, back, and 7. Up, out, back, and 8. Up, out, back, and 9. Up, out, back, and 10. Now let's do them about half speed, not real fast. I want you to stay relaxed the entire movement. I don't want any facial features. I don't want any tenseness in the neck. It's just beep. If you hit him, you hit him. If you don't, you haven't lost anything. Okay? With me. Ready? 1, 2. Let it just kind of dangle. 3. Let it just dangle. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Now, very simply now, rather than throwing a whole different move into it, let's just go 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice and slow. With me. Ready? Back fist, hook. 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 5 more. Back fist, hook. Back fist, hook. Back fist, hook. Back fist, hook. 1 more. Back fist, hook. Shake your arms out. Feel a little tenseness in the shoulder. As you're building up that strength, it's still going to be tense a little bit because you have to pick it up. You shouldn't feel anything in your forearms because it's relaxed. The bicep should be relaxed. You only should feel it right here in the deltoid area. Now, we're going to do it a little bit quicker, okay? 1, 2. Jab, hook. Ready? 1, 2. Let it dangle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more. 10. And let it dangle. Shake it out. Okay, now, don't be strong. Be quick. Now we're going to work the legs a little bit. I like to kick. It's fun. Especially when you get to kick people in the head, right? Now listen to me when I'm telling you about how to help you with a little bit of speed in your kicking. Most of us, when we think kick, we think power. Put it through him. But you don't have to put it through him because chances are when you throw it nice and strong, he's not there to hit. Because of the speed that you're going to be using, because of the mass of that foot and that leg doing the movement, you're developing enough power. You don't need to throw it really hard because if he's not there, it doesn't do any good anyway. I would much rather have contact with a lighter movement than you are with this real heavy, strong movement. Now, watch what happens. Steve, take your fighting stance if you would. The other side forward, please. Now, from this position, let's say I slide up to this position, and I'm going to kick to his head. Now, I'm not very loose, let's say. So when I kick to the head, this happens. What did he just do? Did you see what he did? Whoa. Because he sees this come up. Well, the more movement that I have, the more he's going to react to, the more he's going to be able to defend against. So what I want to be able to do is to come up here, right from here, just boop, and just snap it out there. Now watch what happens to the knee. The knee is not here, and I don't try to kick from here, because if I do, I got and you see his head right then? I want to point my knee right where it's going to go. If I'm going to do this with the elbow, and I throw the back fist here and back, you notice the elbow doesn't go to here, and then I go beep. But it's up here, out and back. Same thing with the hook, out and back. So why should the knee point to the gut or to the arm? Why not slide up from here, bring your knee up nice and high from this position, and stick it out here, back and down. So you have that control. So when I'm right here, now without movement, but with movement, I'm not going to come closer to him because he's going to be able to react to that. What's the purpose of him sliding up to kick me or me sliding up to kick him? So I can get close enough to hit him, right? Most of you will agree with that. But isn't it funny? When I slide up to kick, if you're going to react and I do this, what will he do 9 times out of 10? What would you do? He's going to back up. So what good did it do to me to go? Because he's going to back up anyway. Why not have the relaxed movement in the adductor group to where I can reach out? So where I can reach out. Now watch. We're in this fighting position, right? For me to kick him to the head, I got to go bip. But that takes a certain length of time. So when I go bip, he's just going to back up and maintain that same distance, so I've lost everything. But maybe also giving him a chance to counter. So now watch. What I want to do is, now watch. Remember we talked about a relaxed muscle is a quicker muscle? Now my thighs now are going to be relaxed. My obliques are going to help me tilt that hip and to bring the knee up to kick. The quadricep is simply going to straighten the leg out. Where's the relaxed muscle? The adductor muscle group. That's why we stretch. That's why we work our flexibility. It doesn't matter if you can do the splits or not. You want to have a relaxed muscle there so you have the agility and the movement within that muscle group and that joint itself to throw those kicking techniques, whether you have to lean one way or another, to lean all the way back, or to shift your weight and give your movement away to your opponent. That's what helped me for so long. Sure, I was flexible, but you didn't know what I was going to do, whether it was a side kick, whether it was a roundhouse kick, or whether it was a hook kick. Ironically enough, neither did I. I worked off of your movement because of the speed involved. But I'm here. Now watch. I'm here. Uh-oh. Now all I'm going to simply do is bring my knee up. Now look how far I am. But I'm going to lean out. So I have that extension. So it's from here, I'm moving here, and boom. And throwing that movement. Now watch what happens. Steve, I'm going to throw a little roundhouse kick right to your stomach. I just want you to block it. Now watch what happens. Here's where speed is kind of sneaky. You're going to block it, Steve. Now watch. He's waiting for me to move. He's waiting for... If I do this, you're going to block it. If I do that, he's going to react as soon as he sees any kind of a movement. Why do boxers dance? Why do boxers bob and weave? Number one, so they get that continuous movement so you don't really see a target. Number two, so they can move around so they don't give their movement away when they're going to attack you. Let's use that also. Watch. Now you're going to block this. Now watch. See, I'm moving. He's waiting for me to move, but I'm already moving. Now watch. Steve's going to block it. Boom. Ooh. See? Now again, now watch this. I've already got the knee up before he reacts. What is the foot? An extension of the knee. That's all it is. Now watch again. You're going to block it, Steve. You're going to block it. Now what's really good is he blocks it. Boom, boom. And then I can redirect it. Why? Because the muscle's already relaxed. You notice I don't go... but it's just beep, beep. Remember the beeps? They add up to the thumps. So what happens is now we're right here. Boom. He's going to block it. When he does, there's the combination. Because the relaxed movement. You say to yourself, what can I do to help me with that relaxed movement? Very simply, make your quadricep get tired. How can you do that? I'll show you. Okay, Steve is my partner. If you don't have a partner, you can use a chair. Just use the back of the chair. Use him as your partner. He can help hold you up. I don't want you to worry about your balance right now. Remember, we're working speed. We're working movement within your leg. A relaxed movement. Right? Okay, Steve, just face me straight on if you would, please. Hold on to my hand with both hands. I no longer have to worry about my balance. So I hold on to him with both hands. Very simply now, this might be a little taxing for you, but I'm going to throw 50 roundhouse kicks about chest, face height. Just 50. You're going to do them with me. Now watch what happens. We're going to do them about half speed. I'll count. You keep up with me, okay? 2 commands. Knee up, and then I'll start counting. Each number, I want to kick about half speed, all the way out, all the way back. It looks something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not this, not like a front kick. Foot's to the side. 5, 6, okay? With me, are you ready? I've done this a couple times, so if you start to get tired, just kind of lower your leg a little bit. Remember, we're working the obliques. We're working the rectus femoris. It comes up around to the side here. Your glutes. But more important, the quadriceps, straightening it out so it learns to relax. It builds up the muscle memory of doing that kick. If it knows what to do very easily, why does it have to be tense? Plus, it makes you relax psychologically. Okay? Steve holds on to my hands. Knees up. With me now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All the way back. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep that knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Now one all the way out and hold it. Back and down. Now it's relaxed. Let it sit for a minute now. You're with me still. Kind of circle the hips. Just move it. And relax. Shake your legs out. Now, I want you to do 20 with me as fast as you can. Not strong. Beep, 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 beep. Think of the beep, 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 beep. Okay? Keep up with me. I'll be the big 5-0 this year. You should be able to beat me. But I'm not going to let you. Okay? Steve, both hands face me straight on again. Ready? Knee up. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Knee still up. And then down. How'd it feel? Don't hyperextend it. Out and back, out and back, out and back. That's where you attain a speed. Out and back. Not out and back, out and back. The roundhouse kick, which we just did, is probably the easiest kick of all the kicks to do. It's the easiest kick to work simply because you don't have to worry about your balance. You don't have to worry about movement. All you do is you pick your leg up, stick the leg out, back, and then down. So it's a very simple movement. You're just here, knees up, out, back, and down. But how about the hook kick? Now we have different muscles coming into play. Now we have different movement coming into play. But still, speed is involved. What good's it do to throw it if you can't hit anybody? Steve, hold on to my hand again. All I'm going to simply do now, the knee comes up to this position. I'm going to stick my side kick out to here and hook it around to this position. So it's out and hooks back. So whatever's in the way, hopefully I can remove it with the heel or with the flat part of the foot if you fight in a point tournament or light contact. Okay, one more time, watch. Both hands, knees up, out, hook, and back. Come back to this position. Now, what we'll do 10 slow, and then we'll do 10 quick. I want you to hear a little pop. Hopefully it's your gi pants and not your knee joint. Because don't hyperextend that joint. Just throw it and let it whip through. Let it naturally whip through. Same thing as you throw your hand out and do this. Same exact movement. But relax. Okay, Steve, face me straight on. Knees up, out, hook, 1, out, hook, 2, out, hook, 3, out, hook, 4, out, hook, 5, out, hook, 6, out, hook, 7, out, hook, 8, out, hook, 9, out, hook, and 10. Good. Now relax a minute. Now we're going to do them quicker. Okay? About half speed, just to get the feeling. Okay? Now we're going to do it a little quicker. Remember, about half speed. Don't force it. Don't try to go way up here if you can't. Keep it about chest face level. That's where it's going to go anyway. Why miss a guy over his head? Then you got to come back and smack him on the other side. So throw it to a target. Visualize a target in front of you. Don't try to hit that target, but try to whip it through. Main thing on the hook kick is it whips, not snaps, whips through. With me. Ready? He holds on. Knees up. 10 of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Knees up and then down. Good. You feel it just kind of whipping through? That's what a hook kick does. There's the movement. Okay, now, when we're working with speed, the most important thing that I can tell you to do is not try to touch something. Don't try to hit it. Don't try to move through it. Throw it to an imaginary target and let it snap back. If I'm throwing the back fist to Steve, out and back, out and back, I'm not trying to hit him. If I try to hit him, what will I do? I will slow it down ever so much and try to guide it. I don't want to guide it. I want it to snap out and snap back. That's why we practice movements, to know where they're going to go. If you don't know, then slow it down and move it to where you know exactly where that technique is going. With the kicking techniques, same thing. Don't guide it, just let it go. Relax, keep those muscles relaxed, keep the movement relaxed, keep your mind relaxed. The purpose of practice is to take advantage of our opponent's mistakes, not to build movement. You do that 5 or 6 movements. Then you just work on it. You perfect it after that. Think about the movement. Think about the relaxation in that movement. Think about the out and the back. I've been doing this for some years. I've never hurt my kicking leg. I've never hurt my punching arm. Because it's out and back, out and back. Don't hyperextend. Don't hyperextend. That hurts. If it hurts, stop. Relax. Let it rest. And then bring it back. Good luck to you.